If you have ever wondered what metrics you should be tracking for your library marketing, wonder no longer. There's a new infographic out, and I think it's the perfect way to figure out the metrics to track. We're going to talk about it in this episode of the Library Marketing Show. If you're new here, my name is Angela Hursh. I run the website superlibrarymarketing.com. And before we get into today's topic, I want to highlight a library that's doing something fun in marketing. This library is going to get our Kudos Award. This Kudos Award came in as a nomination. Stacy from the New Province Library wrote in by clicking on the Library Marketing Show tab and filling out a form. So Stacy said, just giving a shout out to my creative staff who went all in on helping to publicize our friend's murder mystery fundraiser. They made a dead body outline with a blood splatter QR code that got the library a ton of attention. This fundraiser was part of their town's annual street fair, apparently. It was large, it was noticeable, it got questions, which was great for getting the word out. And then they did a chalk outline at the street fair, and one patron came up and coined "murder is spreading." Get what the reading in it? Reading is in the word spreading. I get it, but you got to think about it for a second. They thought that was so cool. Stacy shared two links for Instagram so you can see what they did. I'm going to put those down below. I think this is just a lot of fun and obviously very effective marketing. You never know what's going to work, do you? Great job, Stacy and the staff at New Province Library. And now before we get into today's topic, I want to make sure if you go to superlibrarymarketing.com, sign up for notifications so you never miss one of these episodes or one of the long form articles. Just look at the bottom left-hand corner and enter your email address. And now for today's topic, metric tracking for library promotions. I started thinking about this because I found an infographic from the website Social Media Today, which I'm going to link down below. And I think this infographic is pretty great. Now, it has all of the different parts of the marketing funnel and all the different metrics that you can track in the funnel. It is titled Social Media ROI, obviously because this website is all about social media. But as I'm reading through this infographic, it applies to all digital marketing and some outside digital marketing, sometimes event or in-person marketing. And so I thought it would be really important to share it with you. If you're not familiar with the term or the concept of a marketing funnel, it basically means that people who come in contact with your library, they start at like an awareness level, and that's like the big part of the funnel. A lot of what your library might be doing for regular marketing is awareness to make people understand that the library is there and available for them. So this will be really easy to understand when you look at this infographic. It starts with awareness at the top, then consideration, conversion, loyalty, and finally advocacy. All of this is applicable to libraries. And I like how this infographic breaks down the things that you can measure in each stage of the funnel. I don't know if libraries spend a lot of time thinking about the funnel because the funnel is usually used in consumer marketing, and most libraries don't think of their patrons or their community of readers as a customer, but it really applies. And so what I would love for you to do is open this infographic up, maybe print it out and take a nice long look at it, have it at your desk. And for every promotion that you do, as you're creating your campaigns, think about where in this funnel you are aiming your promotion at. Are you trying to get people from knowing the library exists to getting a card? That would be going from awareness to consideration. Are you trying to get them to go from getting a card to using the card, like with your onboarding? That would be stepping them from consideration to conversion, and so forth. And then you can look at the other side of the infographic and see what you should be measuring. I just think it's a great cheat sheet, and I hope you find it to be as valuable as I think it will be. I'm curious, does your library analyze the metrics of your promotions, at least for like your big campaigns? And if so, do you think about the funnel, or do you just analyze things specifically with statistics? I'm just curious for the answer. Let's get a conversation about metrics started down in the comments. And that's it for today's episode of the Library Marketing Show. But I've got lots of other tips for library marketing on my channel. If you're interested in learning more, head on over to this next video. I'll meet you there.